Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done some game update videos, but I think that it's finally time that I get back into the swing of things. This came as a surprise to me this morning, but today we have a Bendy Lone Wolf trailer to react to, as well as a Steam page and a few screenshots. Now, like I said, it's been a while since I've done this sort of thing, so I have the trailer ready to be played, and I thought, hey, we're just gonna react to it and give my thoughts on it. So let's just not waste any more time and let's just play the damn video already. Alright, we got just the basic Bendy head logo. I've seen this before in a couple trailers. That's the song, Thinking of You Again.
Once there was a wolf living in a very dangerous world.
Sounds like Alice Angel.
Every day it seems Mr. Drew loses
Who's that?
more and more interest in the project.
Ooh, that device.
Something else has captured his imagination.
Ooh, the Bendy land?
Surviving on
Ooh,
anything
horse has got a
he could
hammer
find.
and a dead piper. Ooh, yes, Bendy land. Oh, the widows. The widow spiders. Beating the shit out of some... What on earth is going on? Oh, shit, that looks hurt. That looks like it hurt. Lost ones. Oh, the elevator. Oh, we can change the camera now. Get chugging on that soup. Ooh, looks like this... What on earth was that creature? Some carnival games?
And fearing the ink demon.
Ooh. Yes, the Bendy of the Dark Revival Ink Demon. Bendy Lone Wolf. Wow, that was a trailer. Okay, is that just some custom idle animations? Wow, that was a trailer. I'm gonna have to go back and see a few things. Hang on a moment, guys. Okay, I took a few screenshots of some of the most important parts that I saw within the trailer, but there seems to be these, I don't know what they are. Are they like cameras or are they sentries? They look like the sentries from like TF2, if you played The Engineer before, but because like they're there and then they rotate a little bit, stop, rotate again. I'm like thinking like, do we have to like sneak past these or like, and they shoot at us if they're in our line of sight? That's an interesting thing. I don't think I didn't think there'd be like sentry guns in this game. That or there's some sort of camera. Because it is obviously a film studio. And yeah, that's a strange addition to this game, but I'm taking it. We seem to have Boris wielding a mallet of some sort with a corpse of a dead piper. So they did tease that this game would have new combat mechanics, and it looks like we're going hand to hand with some of these creatures, which is not something we were able to do in Dark Revival. We couldn't actually defeat the Butcher game. We could whack them for all we can, but we'd never be able to kill them before. So why does Boris have this power now? Once again, more references to hand-to-hand combat. Boris looks like he's just gonna whack the shit out of this lost one with a frying pan, it looks like. Damn, Boris must have really toughened up between this game and Dark Survival. Yes, the return of these shitheads. These are the widows from Dark Revival, and they were annoying to deal with because it's just so small, and it looks like Boris is gonna have to like run away from them if he doesn't have a weapon because they seem fast in this game. I'm not sure like if you have like a health system in this game because back in Boris and the Dark Survival, you get touched by one of the enemies and you die. That's it. So if there's going to be a health system and these are just going to be little annoyances, that's going to be fun. Now, this is something I have no idea what's going on. It looks like ink's swirling around Boris. If this is like a death animation, I don't know, but it's red. The key color in all this is red, which is not something we've really seen before. If you've played Bendy Secrets of the Machine and you played with the Riley ending, you could see that her drawings were had like red ink on them. So if that's like transferring into this, I don't really know what's going on. This looks something like a death animation, like he's being consumed by the ink. That, or it's like an upgrade thing, like ink swirling around him until he gets like an upgrade of some description. I'm not sure how or why, but I mean, you do you, game. We'll figure it out when it comes out next year. And it looks like somewhere around the studio there'll be little traps around, because there was nothing on the floor, and then the searcher walked over, and these spikes came out and sort of impaled the creature. So, why would an animation studio have these? I don't know, but maybe just the Lost Ones built defenses for their homes or something, and this is the most commonly sold defense mechanism. But it looks like we might be able to like trick creatures to walk over it. It attacks them, so we're safe. If there's like some sort of pressure plate or something nearby that's triggering them, I don't know. Here we have Boris once again fighting a whole horde of searchers, but this is a familiar place. We have been to this part of the studio in Boris and the Dark Survival. So even though this is like an entirely new game, we will have old areas coming back, and we'll be able to search them, but it's going to be obviously sprawling with creatures. And he's coming down for the takedown. Now, it was hard to get a good screenshot of this, but that dark object that's just sort of there behind Boris, that came swinging down. So there's obviously going to be traps around this place, like the spiked things that come out from the ground. There's going to be this that's just going to swing down and, I guess, whack you in the head. I am noticing the symbol on the ground, the skull, that's Lord Amok, isn't it? From Bendy and the Dark Revival. That face was around in the sewers. So, unless that's like a symbol of that pressure plate, so like when you step on that, that comes swinging down and will hit you. This is definitely interesting. Okay, this is certainly interesting. By some of the teasers, it looks like we'd be able to go to Bendy Land for some reason, and this looks like a mechanical Boris. This looks like a robot Boris, similar to what we had in Bendy and the Ink Machine with the robot Bendy that was just there on the table that never moved. However, this one's up. This one's up and moving. This is definitely alive, and I don't know how I feel about that. So this might be like another like a boss segment in the game. They did say about having bosses, so they'd be like mini creatures like Lost Ones and Searchers. However, this is like a one-on-one with Boris and this mechanical Boris. I wonder if this is where Tom got his arm from. Okay, this seems to be a bit of a calmer area. This also looks like it's in Bendy Land for some reason. But there's a carnival games. It looks like the sign just beside Boris says Piedmont Amusements, which seems fun. There's what looks like a whack-a-mole, which has Butcher Bash. Maybe that's where you get the weapon, because I see the mallet just sitting there. Maybe that's where you get some weapons, like they're just sprawled around the place and you actually have to find them. You can't just walk into the level with a frying pan in your hand. But this looks fun. There's like plushies of all the gang members, even the Butcher Gang. And maybe this is just a place where you can actually play some mini games. That, or it's just a place to find your weapon. But either way, this looks amazing. But here we are. The Ink Demon. We don't get to see his face, sadly, but according to... Well, this is just... Because he's here, because this version of him is here, it makes me think that maybe this game is set during the events of Bendy and the Dark Revival, because that's when he looks like this. And we see Boris sometimes just scoping around in the vents and just walking around in the game. We can't interact with him, but he's just there. And maybe he's just, while Audrey is off doing things, trying to, reset the cycle, here's the Ink Demon just roaming around because he can, and Boris is also there just trying to survive and find his supplies. But that's like an interesting take on the story. Anyway, we'll just have to wait and see when the game comes out. And then we have this little scene where it just looks like Boris is just talking to himself with his like hand puppets or something. I don't know. But yeah, maybe these are just like custom idle animations. So just like, you just leave him sitting there for a while and he's just like, let's just talk to myself using my hands because I'm bored and I'm probably not going to die anytime soon, is what we all wish. But anyway, that's like all the screenshots I could collect for this video. Maybe I'll look at the Steam page because that also has its own screenshots as well as information in the description. So I'll see you guys there. The first screenshot seems to be what looks like Boris just running through a tunnel of some sort with the ink demon chasing closely behind him. He seems to be carrying some sort of weapon. Not the ink demon, Boris. I don't know, some sort of, looks like a bat almost, with a wrench on a pipe just directly in front of him. Well, Godspeed, Boris. Here's another screenshot with what looks to be like giant vats of, I'm guessing, ink, knowing this place. There's a box in front of him, I think it says bacon soup, something glowing off in the distance, I can't quite see, and Boris is there. What is he holding? It looks like a plunger from afar. This is definitely going to be interesting. Here's another one of those, what I thought were turrets and / camera things. It's got a light and it's pointed at Boris, but I don't know, it doesn't look like it's shooting anything, which I guess is always a good sign, but I don't really know what they're doing. They're just sort of pointed at Boris. I'm not sure what their function is or how we can use them to our advantage, but anyway, this will certainly be interesting once the game eventually comes out. And here it looks like Boris is being chased by what looks like a Piper in the distance. We've only seen the Piper in both dead and alive form, but there doesn't seem to be any fishers or strikers anywhere. But it also looks like there's different levels of this game. Not exactly like just different like stages, but different heights. Like you can go upstairs or downstairs, because this looks like it has a drop somewhere down there. So this would be interesting, going up and down like an elevator or stairs to go to different parts of the same level. It's definitely be interesting. And this here looks like Boris going through the tunnel, the same tunnel as before, but probably from the Ink Demon's perspective, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, like I said before, run, Boris, run! So now we're in the description of the Steam page, where it says, a very dark survival. Boris Lone Wolf will test your abilities to survive against ever-increasing odds. Monsters and obstacles emerge from every direction as your journey into the rubber hose holes of the world's most evil animation studio. Every day is a challenge. It's got a GIF of an audio log searcher, Boris walking, a key, the Robo Boris, and a widow creature just roaming around. Yeah, so this game, I wonder if it's going to be like more like cinematic, like it's actually going to have cutscenes in this game. That's going to be interesting. Twisted Holes. Become Boris as he ventures deep into the endlessly generated corridors of Joiju Studios and beyond, in which to search of supplies, weapons, and the dark truths that await him. The secrets of the machine are hiding around every corner. Haha, I see what you did there, Nickly. And crap, I almost knocked something over. The GIF in question has Boris walking, Alice Angel, Twisted Alice, all the mismatch collage of like all the different posters, and just loops around, just those 3 images. Well, that's... Yeah, so we obviously Alice is going to return, but this one looks like it has the model from Dark Revival, which obviously makes sense. Monster Mayhem. The cartoon creeps of the Dark Puddles are unleashed to stop Boris in his horrific quest. Battle them back into the well-timed attacks and clever use of dangerous traps. Smash him back into the shadows before they drag Boris away. And the GIF has Boris beating a searcher. Ooh, someone playing a... Is that Sammy? And then Boris and a Piper. That looks like Sammy, like he's like playing the banjo. It's hard to tell, he looks grey, so it made me think, oh shit, it's a human. But no, it's it looks like Sammy, it's just the lighting is a bit weird. Yeah, and then like, yeah, the Piper and the searcher. Well, this is, like I said, definitely more combat focused in this game. And finally, Inky Scares. The Ink Demon stalks Boris at every turn. Nowhere is safe from his reach. Run and hide in this pulse-pounding game of cat and mouse. Stay out of sight when you hear the beating of its heart. and it looks like it's got Boris and a pipe. There's the ink demon, like we saw in the trailer, and whatever the hell that is. Ooh, hang on, it looks like an inky creature and he's got rope around him. Is that Porter? Like the guy who gave us the teleporting ability in Dark Revival. That's interesting. Like we might be able to aid people like Porter and Heidi, like Alice, like not Alice, like Audrey did back in Dark Revival. Well, this seems to definitely be an upgrade from Boris and the Dark Survival. Like when Boris and the Dark Survival came out, it was obviously fun, but it was just meant to be there to tease things for the future of the game, which obviously opened up a lot of like opportunities. But it was a very basic game. Like you just ran around collecting objects in a dungeon like crawler. But with this, it's definitely an upgrade. I can definitely see that now. It's got combat. It's gonna have like new puzzles and game mechanics, boss battles. It's even said. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait for this game because I actually very recently 100% it, and that includes like the audio logs, like the mini games and all that sort of stuff. And I 100% the game, including all the music tracks and the scraps, studio scraps. So I can't wait for this game. I want to see what this game has to offer in terms of like new story. It might offer a new perspective on Boris and like his journey through the studio. But I think that's all I've got to say about this trailer. Hope everyone has a lovely day, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.